Yes, people, we're back in Never a Foul with Mo, myself as well, of course. I'm quite ill and I'm trying to put on a face, so bear with me. I've got a bit of a I'm done out here. But before anyone does decide to leave the stream early in the first 30 seconds, don't do that. We've got a transfer update with you today. And it's not just about Felix, but many others as well. We've got an Enzo Fernandez update for you guys that don't know anything. We've got more, maybe even Zidane Iqbal. There's loads more Weghorst, Pedro Porro, Moukoko. There's a few little things. But Mo, before we run any sort of intro, you're back now. How are we feeling? All the way back in Texas, man.
I feel homesick, man. I miss Daps' house. I miss streaming from Daps' house. But anyway, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with the people again. I'm happy to be with you. I've been looking forward to the first stream back, and I'm just here and ready to talk again. I took like about a week and a half off, so
100%.
We'll see how it is.
And obviously, guys, if you are here nice and early, make sure to smash that like button as always. Every single like is appreciated, and obviously all you guys are also appreciated. And before I big up anyone that's in the chat at the moment, like, I can see you narrate, don't worry, I can see you. I'll have to run that intro. And oh yeah, subscribe. And just like that, we're back. Big up everyone that's in here. But before I start big up everyone, Mo, are you enjoying the football at the moment?
I'm actually enjoying the football. I missed the Premier League though. I won the Premier League back. Fuck the FA Cup. Who gives a fuck about that?
I'm caring about it now. You know, I'm caring. I don't know about guys in the comments, but I'm caring.
But you're in a title race. Fuck the cup. You're in a title race. Fuck the cup.
We're not in no title race. Who said we're in a title? The only one that's
you are coming close.
Wait. You said you're coming close. There is no title race. Like, maybe Ty might think
Why not?
No, because
why not?
No, look. I said for myself. I'll start getting giddy. Like, for me as a Man United fan, any other Man United fans in the look, I'll start getting a little bit giddy if we was to beat City, Arsenal, and get through Palace, I'll be like, oh, damn, like, is this really a thing? But if we was to get through January, which that is our January, and then we get through Feb, like, literally get through Feb, you got Brentford at home, you got Leeds away, and I think we also got Palace again at home, and then we also got Leicester City. Now, there's the teams that are beatable there, right?
You're 9 points behind.
No.
And both teams that are up top, they're playing each other twice. So they have like 6 pointers together. So you're 9 points. One of them has to fall, right? And then you're back in the mix. How far are you from City? 4 points.
Yeah, only a little bit.
4 points, bro.
Look.
You're 4 points off City.
You have to depend on results. And for my own results, that's what I said. Look, Feb and Jan, then I'll start talking about that stuff. But at the moment, you know, it's not looking... No, not at the moment, man. I know where Man United are at, and we just don't have that depth at the moment, and
no, you don't. Stuff. And you're not going through January with anybody other than Weghorst. We're going to talk about him, but which is the Ajax school, which is lump it forward to the big man when you're in trouble, as people said.
Potentially, yeah. But it's just, I don't know, man. Let's obviously the main guy that was on the screen who actually did sign for a club and is actually over the line is obviously he's a great talent. He's a great talent.
Listen,
but
I think I agree with you, but I'm sorry. Again, Chelsea signing another striker trying to score goals. I heard the stat that in the last 7 games they scored 3 goals, and it didn't matter who they played. It didn't matter if it was Sterling, Pulisic, Aubameyang, Havertz. The creativity is missing, and people think that Joao Felix is a creative player that will make them goals. I think his time at Atletico Madrid was a failure, complete failure. He had one good half a season at Atletico Madrid.
What, 2021?
Yes, half a season that was good. And since he was now 3 seasons in Atletico Madrid, 3.5, and they're all failures. And is it down to Simeone? Okay, hear me out. Simeone is a guy that defends. Graham Potter what was the problem with Graham Potter at Brighton? Scoring goals. They were okay playing football,
They
defending.
never had a really
At
great,
Chelsea now,
but they never really had their front three were never goal scorers though.
he
Chelsea do
has
have
tons of forwards now, Cass.
yeah, I know, but they still look for me with Chelsea. Like I can always talk on Chelsea and the whole part of it. I'm gonna give my thoughts in a second. I want to go and big up some of the guys that are actually here. You know, there's 50 of you guys here. That just means there's at least 15, 20 of you that have not liked the video and decided, oh, I'll do it later. No, do it now, please, if you don't mind. But that's if you want to though. I'm not gonna force any of you guys. Monts LFC said, let's go. I'm still convinced that's Thai. You know, like I'm so convinced that's you know, one of them ones that is just them burner accounts. Big up Daniel in the building. Big up Sid in the building. Nick Saunders says City have a buyback option on Porro for like 25 million and sell on clause. Yeah, but I don't think City are gonna buy him back. I think he's got trust in Rico Lewis at the moment. And if they're going to get some money from the sell-on clause for 40 million, whatever it might be, the percentage, I'm pretty sure that City is going to be like, yeah, we'll take that. It's not worth bringing back like another 25 million for what's the point, just to sell him on for 50 million. Don't think that's going to be the case. Big up Narrate in the building. Indian Scouser says, big up guys, smash the likes people all the way from Thailand. Nick says, yeah, it just means Man City will be making more money again. Good business by City. Hurad in the building says, Mo is back, big up. And as someone I've missed doing Chronicles with very, very dearly, it's not the same. It's not the same. Mondays are not the same, Mo. Love for everyone that does join in on the Chronicles, but it's not the same because that's just our thing. Big up Troy in the building. Big up Ed. It says, welcome back, Mo. It doesn't feel the same when Daps isn't sitting next to you munching on something.
Soon enough.
So we'll Chelsea OG with one of his dead banners saying, you man ain't pronouncing his name correctly. He says Weghorst is the worst. Weghorst is his name, my guy. You do realize that, innit? Like I am.
Listen.
Dutch,
we speak English. Guy. We speak English. I don't speak Dutch. I pronounce him the way I see it. You know what I mean? Well, I pronounce it the way I see it.
Yeah, but it's like I am Dutch, so I know how to pronounce his name.
Okay,
but I'm not. I don't know how to speak the language fully. Like you know, like saying a hug, like the way he's hug like that. I didn't even know about that. Yes. To be fair, Abdullah, he says big up Moment and Cass. Wouldn't Tyler Adams be more of a suitable backup to Reece James if Leeds do get relegated? How much would he cost? Tyler Adams is a DM. Am I wrong, Mo?
Tyler Adams is a DM, absolutely, 100%.
So why would he be a good backup to Reece James? Did you mean Porro by any chance?
Porro, maybe him and Porro.
Yeah, I don't think Porro is going to go to a place with Reece James there, to be fair. I think it would be very, very sticky. Like, I think that'll be in a lot of players' minds that are right backs thinking, am I really going to take Reece James's place? Especially if they're young.
Yeah.
Who else in the building? Pablo, as always, love to see it. And all the members I'm going to be bigging up today. Remember, there is a call-in show for the members tomorrow night. So, we ain't forgot about you. And Marcus says, hope Southampton wins today. Inshallah, my guy. Trust me, I hope so too. Cass Van der Beek. Well, I'll give you last minute. My family name's actually Van Dyke. So not my dad's one though. But yeah, man, I have 56 guys in the building, nearly there on a ratio of, you know, we've got 50 likes. Let's get this to 100. But going for about an hour. So yeah, man, back onto the Pedro thing on my part with Graham Potter and everything is that for me, Mo, it's like at first when you first joined, look, you got your Trossards, you got your Danny Welbecks, you had who's the guy that joined Everton again? What's his name? Mope, and then obviously the right there, Pascal Gross. You're not really going to get a lot of goals from this side.
But hold on. He had the same players as De Zerbi, and now De Zerbi are scoring goals for fun. So it's all about the coaching. I'm not saying anything. I like Graham Potter. I like the way he plays football. I like all the stuff that he did for Brighton. But you know, when you get somebody, you need to get somebody that they struggle with scoring goals. You remember when they said Lukaku, and I was one of these people that said Lukaku's the last piece of the puzzle, right? But then it didn't work for it. That means that the club lacks something fundamentally going forward, which is, I don't know what it is, but
Well, it's just,
Listen,
but I just think like, look, they got Sterling there, and maybe Sterling ain't gonna be the greatest Sterling that we've all seen at Manchester City, right? But what Joao Felix does for them is something that they do create. Maybe Joao Felix ain't gonna get you your 15 goals, but that's like Jesus. He ain't gonna get your 15 Premier League goals. It's not guaranteed. But what they do is, in a false nine kind of position, he's gonna really add to that creativity, the dominating the midfield. What does Potter like to do? Create and control. So, in my opinion, look, they're still lacking a right winger. But at the same time, it's like I think he's going to be a success here because you can't just say Joao Felix goes to Arsenal and be a success, but because it's Chelsea and they're doing shit and they're down in the dumps, it's easy to kick them at the moment. It only takes a few players.
so
to
you
really
think
change
he's
things
gonna
around.
solve all the problems?
No, he's not going to solve all the problems, but I think they solve the biggest problem,
Which is goal scoring.
Well, I wouldn't say he's even more goal scoring. I think they do have finishers. I think Mason Mount can definitely get a goal or two. Havertz can finish more or less. I don't think Havertz is great. It's just the creation. Like, their chance creation it must be so low at Chelsea because after the first 10, 15 minutes, Chelsea look bleak, bland. They don't look like they got any ideas. Look, Kovacic and Zakaria, I think, is a great pivot. I think that's a very, very good pivot going forward, and they can do that to the end of the season. But what they're lacking is creativity. Don't give me the Conor Gallagher's. Mason Mount's going to control you loads. Like, he's not. Yeah. But Joao Felix has an eye. You know, like, I'm talking about a needle, like, literally a needle threader. Like, he can literally slot anybody in, and he's got he's got a second sense. I think he's a great addition for them. And in today's market, let me ask you then, Mo, and let me ask the chat as well. What other options are out there for them to even go get?
No options.
No options.
Yeah,
exactly.
There is an option, but it's expensive, and they can go for Rafael Leao from Milan.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not in this season. Surely, come on.
Next, you say in the summer, right? They have Nkunku in the summer. I think they will need another winger, and
they were looking at another winger. They wanted that guy from PSV, the Noni Mudryk or Mudryk is his name. I think that's his name. Where Cody Gakpo was. I know they're looking at him as well.
They have too many wingers. Are they gonna get rid of Pulisic? Are they gonna get rid of Sterling is there? Aubameyang signed a 2-year contract. People forget about that, right?
That's bad.
He has another year. It's people forget about Aubameyang. Aubameyang is gonna be there, and it just I'm checking to make sure that he has another year. Where are all these players gonna go?
I don't know, but I know Ziyech ain't gonna stay there. I don't think Pulisic is gonna end up staying, and not when you're getting offered out for loans and possible loans. I think I like their youngster. They got a youngster called is it Chukwuemeka something like that.
I think he's talking about. Decent. The one who did his debut, yeah.
Hutchinson, I don't think he's gonna have much going forward next season. At the moment, I think he's gonna need a loan. You can tell he's just. It's just like his first time. It's his debut or something like that, right? They got Lukaku coming back next year. I don't think that's going to happen. Dominique, I think that relationship is done.
But you remember, if Inter don't redeem Lukaku at the end of the season and there is no option to buy, Chelsea will have to take Lukaku back with his hefty salary. And who is going to spend the money to buy the guy unless they sell him very cheap, which is 20 million or something? Which is not going to happen.
I think there'll be people around. They're starving for strikers. Someone will be around to go grab him. But other than obviously Chelsea's situation, I think they're going to go buy somebody else. And who knows who it might be? I couldn't tell you. They're not really linked with anyone mad, except for one who is linked also with Joao Felix with his missus. But did you know that one?
No.
We're not going to talk. We'll talk about him soon. But let's talk about Weghorst. Obviously, with Weghorst now, it looks like he's set to join Manchester United. Obviously, Besiktas have to keep him. So he didn't train with them, right? That's something that I do know. He didn't train with them this morning.
But he's having a great season with them. Basically, he's begging them to leave.
Of course. Why would you want to stay in Turkey? All respect.
He scored 12. He's involved in 12 goals. I think he's involved in only 16 games.
I think is that the actual stat?
Yeah, he played 16, scored 8, assisted 4. It's not bad.
I think Weghorst is getting a lot of hate at the moment. See, this is the sort of profile I want at Man United. When I mean profile, I don't mean he's going to be the starting one, but I mean your plan B.
But he's a solution, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a big guy, and it worked for you. Remember the Netherlands and Argentina game?
Oh, it worked. Yeah, it can work in scenarios. I don't get why this is such a bad deal because it's like out there. Look, Man United are broke. Yeah, they lack physicality and height in when it comes to attacking options. And you need someone that's going to bring the ball down. And you know what's mad? He's actually deceptively quick for a 6'6" man. Deceptively quick. He
He
can
doesn't
link
have a
up
bad
play.
touch, by the
I'm not
way.
saying he's
He
the
doesn't have a
greatest.
bad touch.
He's an okay player. He's okay. I'm not saying he's the next best thing since sliced bread because he's not. He's not really old. He is about 30. He's only a loan, and the loan is going to be, I think I saw about £2.5 million because obviously there's the stuff with Burnley. You have to get rid of obviously Besiktas got to go look at another striker. You know, it's not what the deal was supposed. It's okay. I think that's cheap and it's cheap enough. And you know what? Go review the whole striker stuff in the summer. That's why I was calling. Maybe start looking at the players like Harry Kane in the summer potentially because he's got a year left in his
Harry
deal.
Kane.
Yeah, and look, Weghorst doesn't mean he's going to stay at Man United, but it's a short-term solution, and Man United can only afford short-term solutions whilst the club is getting sold, which is going to be happening in the next couple months. So, which well
Yeah.
was rumored to be done in the next couple months. There's not going to be no funds. We're broke. And that's as simple as that. I don't know what anyone else
Listen,
wants.
Weghorst scored plenty of goals everywhere other than Burnley. And we know how bad Burnley is, right? Like, Burnley are just bad.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I'm
bad
saying. They
for
were, they were on a
strikers. They're
down.
bad
When,
for
when he went there,
forwards.
he was on a down, was he not? Were they not? They were that bad.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, if he goes to United, he's got a second half of the season. I promise you, he guarantees you at least 6 to 10 goals just off the bench, coming in crosses. Because now with Marcus Rashford playing well, Anthony whipping these left-footed crosses, like the inverted crosses from the right side. Wan-Bissaka's playing okay. Dallas playing okay. Luke Shaw with his top form. Imagine having a striker that is 2 meter. He's 1 meter and 97 centimeter. Imagine that.
He's 6'6".
Imagine whipping striker crosses to a
Do you
striker
know what's
like
mad
this
though?
sometimes.
You want to know what's mad? He scored a lot more goals with his feet than his actual head itself. And also, he's only ever scored one goal out of his 125 goals he scored in his career outside the box. Only one. So he's a number 9. He's an in the box striker.
He's an absolutely number 9. So yeah, you need that. You don't have a number 9 because I'm sorry, Ty. Anthony Martial is not gonna cut it this year. He's not yet. Maybe he will come good, but I'm
We'll
sorry,
see.
Anthony Martial is not.
I said for me, Marcel needs to get 15 goals minimum this season to the end, and that's in the Prem.
But he plays a lot
Yeah, but
to not get the amount of goals, and he touches like he. My problem with Martial, and it's this. I'm not gonna turn this a show into a Martial thing. His body language is so bad on the pitch, like it is.
I'd like to.
It's demoralizing.
I'd like to differ because Man United, the way we're playing is now because Marcel's there. Look at what we've seen Rashford do.
Exactly, but your striker needs to score.
No, but we say that, but how many strikers score these days? Like we're talking about.
Harry Kane,
look what Jesus.
Haaland.
Yeah, but that's proper.
Benzema.
That's proper 9s.
Yeah. So what's Martial then?
Well, it's gonna be one of them guys. I think he's got an eye for goal. I think he's lost the touch of sharpness and everything. But what he does, he brings the team together, and he does link up play very well and keep the ball moving. His hold up play is generally very good. Other than Wolves, which was a bad game, everyone has bad games.
Yes, everybody. But I still see Marcus Rashford and Anthony are better players this year than Martial.
At the moment, but
If you get, I'm not saying that Weghorst will come and start, but if Sancho step it up, I think that Rashford are going to be shifted to be a striker, and Sancho is going to go left.
I don't think so.
I
think he loves Marcel way too much, and he knows what he brings.
You think so?
I think I know so. He said the way he loves Martial. Like honestly, I just think he's too valuable.
Maybe he's gonna turn him into Tadic. You remember Tadic at Ajax, like just a provider, link up play. Maybe he's gonna be like the Michael Carloni is saying Martial is a false 9. Yes, maybe.
I think he is maybe more of it. But can he add goals to the tally? Yes, he should have scored at least 2-3 goals in his last 2 or 3 outfits. To be fair, one against Wolves. I think one against Bournemouth.
But are you? Yeah. I get it.
But you remember,
are you happy with Weghorst though? Are you gonna be happy if that happens?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I'm happy with Weghorst. Like I'm not.
Do you need anybody else this winter?
Maybe a right back.
A right back for Dalot. But Wan-Bissaka came back to the picture and he played 3 games. Back to the pitch.
That's nice. Now
I'm not a big fan of his, by the way. I'm not a big fan. But
I said, dare I say, I might start Wan-Bissaka over Dalot on the weekend because Wan-Bissaka looks more fit, and Dalot again just picked up another injury. He don't look mad. It just looked like he didn't want to risk it, so he got taken off yesterday. There's no point against Charlton, is it? But for me, it's like, okay, great, he's playing great. Now ship him. That's what most clubs do. Cool.
Send him now. Yeah, send him now.
now
Sell him
and go
now,
get
so you'll
somebody.
get like 20 million, 25 million for him. Cut
I'll
the
take
losses.
and who we're gonna get? We're broke, so yeah, you might get some money and get a new one, but I'll still get.
You will
Ethan
get
Laird.
somebody for 20, 25 million. You'll get a decent.
I want a youngster back.
Hold
Ethan
on,
Laird.
Porro. We're gonna talk about him. Is with that price. If you can sell Wan-Bissaka to somebody for 20, 25 million, which is, I doubt somebody will take him for that money. They will take him for a loan.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'll bring back Ethan Laird. Don't have to cost you a penny, and he's just as good as the next. Anyway, let me see what some of the guys are saying. Abdullah Irwan is saying assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. My guys, says big up to this channel and smash the likes if you haven't. I saw another couple. The chat's going off, man. Shiko, I don't know what you said there. You retracted your messages. Abdullah, he says, I think Vincent Abubakar and Moukoko are better than Weghorst since they have turn of pace and good link-up play, or maybe Kolo Muani in the summer if they want. Let me tell you for free, yeah. You talk about the summer, we're talking about now. Moukoko is 18 years old, yeah? He's not gonna, he might settle for the bench, but he's not proven. It's not like he's got abundance of goals. He's had his moment against Bayern Munich, right? That's how everyone knows Moukoko. Maybe. But I wouldn't mind Moukoko, but I wouldn't take him because I know what profile I personally want at Man United currently. I'd rather go visit the summer and revamp then.
No, Moukoko is not your guy. Moukoko should play for Chelsea or Spurs.
Don't get me started on Abubakar. I can't believe he was even linked to that man. I swear they
Hold on, who's that? Nasser Abubakar?
Yeah, Vincent Abubakar.
Cameroonian Abubakar?
That one. Nah, he's
God.
the one that's playing in the Saudi League.
And he's playing for Nasser. Yeah,
I see it, yeah.
God.
I don't want that guy.
Why?
I think Weghorst would do bits now that Burnley are playing diet pet ball. Just went Besiktas because Burnley needed the bread and a reduced wage bill. Yeah, because if you put Weghorst back in that Burnley team maybe 3-4 years ago, he would have got a lot of goals because that's what they're doing. That's when Burnley were on top fire. That's how everyone's rating him just at his time at Burnley. That's great, but Burnley were on the down anyways. But again, it's easy to kick a player.
Guys, you guys remember like Wolfsburg, the guy was great at Besiktas now. He's great. He plays for the Netherlands. He's good coming off the bench. He's not going to be Man United first striker. Stop that shit.
I don't know. Maradon says, man said 15 goals for Martial. Yeah, I mean, 15 league goals. I think he's on like 3-4, something like that. I mean, you should be able to add another 10 to your tally at least in the Prem. I think so anyways. There's lots of games coming up. If you could stay fit, why can you not get 10 goals, right, Mo? Like, do you get what I mean? At least give me that.
Listen, when the team is going to cook, and I promise you, if you win against Arsenal, which is, you don't do well against Arsenal at the Emirates, if you win there, your team is going to play much better for the rest of the season. And Martial, look, the team now is coming together in terms of like the identity is on the pitch. I can see it in every game now. And it's not on periods like before. It is every single minute of a game. And Anthony Martial, if he can get a couple of goals or 3 goals in like 3 games, the wheel is going to roll.
Yeah, that's what I think. Remember, he's come back from. This is why I give him the benefit of the doubt for Marcel. Just the last little part of Manchester United, because I don't want to bore you guys.
But I don't like him. I'm not a big fan of his Martial because I don't like players. The problem is I never doubted his talent. Right, the guy is very talented. I doubt his motivation and body language on the pitch. You know what?
Some people are just not as expressive as others. But if you actually watch Man United, he's been working hard for the team pressing. Go look at the way he's been pressing. Look against Wolves. There was a reason why, like, he wasn't the greatest, but when he was pressing, they couldn't do nothing in the middle. Go look at Bournemouth. The way he pressed, he forced Bournemouth out wide to rubbish crosses. It's just little things like that goes unnoticed. Look, the last part of Martial is like, of course, you can tell I'm a fan. And you can tell that I still believe in the guy. But with him, it's like, I still know the realism. If he can't even get me the minimum, then ship him off in the summer. Like, I'll have enough because you can't win a league with a guy that keeps getting injured, and you can't win the league with a guy that can't even get 10 goals in the league. So, alone. So that's the way I look at it, and like hopefully he gets back on his shooting boots and and gets a couple goals as you was mentioning, Mo. Look, man, he's just come back from 2 injuries back to back. It's gonna take some time getting used to. He can't even finish 90 minutes at the moment. So that's where I am with the guy. Just give him. He needs a more run of games, and he'll get back to being sharp, man. It does take a few games, and he has been actually playing decent. Go look at the way he was creating, like, hold up. I was right there, like in the shirt for then watching him. his hold-up play against Bournemouth. And so I know it's just Bournemouth, but it's like, it's what he does for the team. There's a reason why Rashford gets so much space on the left now to cut in and just shoot and do what he's doing. But moving on, Enzo Fernandez. Look, came crashing down for Chelsea.
Hold on. Before we move on. Hold on. People, we got 120 people watching, and we're not even on 100 likes. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Listen, it's my first show back, and I want 100 likes now. I need 100 likes now. So just hit that like button underneath your live chat. I want it now. I'm on YouTube, and I want to see 100 likes. You are absolutely insulting me if you're not liking the video at the moment. You're insulting me. So I want the 100 likes. Now, play that sound, Cass. I know you can.
Man, you sound like my dad, man. It's like back in the day when he just got in trouble. Damn, Mo. Daddy Mo, yeah? Damn. But anyways, Enzo Fernandez, man. Look, he scored for Benfica. This is what I don't get. He scored for Benfica, right? He started putting his chest. He started slapping the badge. So a guy that agreed terms and everything with Chelsea, agreed everything. This is what I don't get. Done all of that, but yet you want to slap the badge and start kissing the badge and start waving to the fans because you scored a goal. Mate, you're ready to jump ship. Like, I don't go on like Enzo Fernandez is going to stay there in the summer, because he's not.
No, he's not.
Benfica, the king of transfers. They are the king of transfers.
Listen, Lukaku did the same with Inter. You know that. You remember Lukaku kissing the badge, saying this. And Hakimi did the same, and they just left, followed the money. I don't believe any of these players. Listen, if you're not a youngster for the club, I don't believe any of them. Like, I believe someone like Rashford, for example, like from Chelsea Academy, from Man United Academy, Chalobah from Chelsea Academy, stuff like this. But I won't believe someone like Enzo Fernandez. He's just going to go for the money. Lukaku's the same. Hakimi's the same. All of these guys. But him scoring goal and saying, I'm staying here, doesn't mean anything. But you know the latest news about it, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what
Chelsea reportedly went and said to the media that they offered the 110 million pounds, right? Is that the right fee? 110 million pounds, 120 million euro?
Something like that.
And then they said at the table, Chelsea offered 50 million plus on installments. And Benfica said, just fuck off. Go back. We're not doing this deal.
They don't need to sell. They just made how much money? They just made how much money from Darwin Núñez, another guy. Do you get what I mean? And then they don't need to sell. Not in this moment. They're probably their best football in years. Like, they're dominating the Portuguese league, man. Like, well, currently at the moment, Sporting Lisbon obviously been doing their thing. Look, but 120 release clause, whatever it might be now in the summer, is going to cost a lot less. Probably 190. Probably get in for about 90 million, I'd say. I wouldn't say 75. I think that's too much of a drop off. This is a World Cup winner we're talking about, a vital player. Enzo Fernandez recently, you know what I don't get is what the coach said. So recently, he literally said this yesterday, right? He said, yeah, Enzo Fernandez is a Benfica player and will continue to be a Benfica player for the rest of the season. And then he comes out with something, I don't expect Enzo to stay. Now that's just trying to tell me, are you trying to tempt people, or teams, shall I say, to come in and buy him? Because it's like, you can't say he's going to be a Benfica player and continue to be a Benfica player and then say, I don't expect him to stay. So what?
Listen,
now then?
Benfica are business, right? They're run like a business, right?
And then I said, and then I saw an outside report that Chelsea might go back in for him.
This winter.
This winter window, they may go back in for him. And I'm thinking, like, Chelsea are mad. Now, if you get Joao Felix and an Enzo, you're mixing up a dangerous game here. You really are. Because that's a recipe for disaster for other teams. You know? So it's a bit of a sticky one. Enzo Fernandez, it's obviously the latest, and with his news, it's just, I'm not too sure with him if he stays or he's gonna go, because you see these Argentinian players, they don't like to stay in one place for too long. Other than Messi, obviously, that's a bit of a different thing. But these young players.
Listen, Enzo Fernandez, great player, everything. And in my opinion, if Enzo Fernandez goes to Chelsea, he solves a lot of problems, because he's gonna replace Kante, which is, I think, what they are missing for everybody to be released going forward. And Enzo Fernandez did the same for Argentina. And I think he will leave, but I don't think Chelsea will pay the 120 this window. I think they're going to wait until the summer. He's going to stay a Benfica player until the summer, unless someone else comes to the picture, which is
I think
Liverpool.
I think a lot of teams will come into the picture in the
If
summer.
this deal doesn't go through soon in the next week or two, in the last week, I feel like Liverpool are going to go back to the table and offer them something.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody, like, you know what I mean, when you see the big guy coming in the English football now, in terms of money, the big guy is Chelsea. They just pay. You know, when Liverpool, when everybody saw Chelsea going to the table, they're like, okay, we'll wait until Chelsea are done because we know that we cannot outbid them. But if Chelsea are not going to spend the money, right? I think other teams, as you said, are going to go to the table and say, hey, listen, we got this money. Chelsea don't want to pay. We have this money. How about you take our money now instead of waiting for the summer? Because we know that Benfica, they love to sell their players.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
want to sell, they want to sell everybody. So for me, I'm like, Benfica are run like a business. They're not run like an actual club that wants, because they, you know what? They win the Premier Liga anyway, right? In Portugal. I know it alternate between them, Benfica, sometimes Sporting Lisbon, but Benfica are always going to be Benfica. It's not like they're going to sell Enzo Fernandez and then suddenly drop to fifth. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Any guys that are obviously joining at the moment, make sure you smash the like button. We have gone through a couple names. You might see in the video that we've cut it up a little bit so you can like timestamp. Before we talk about Weghorst, then we started talking about Joao Felix. So if you are guys, you can rewind and go check that out if you want to hear us just little rants about Chelsea and Man United as well. And then now just Enzo Fernandez. Apparently he's not going to go nowhere, but then it's like a contradicting, what's it called, a comment from their own manager as well. It's like Benfica just on this. Pedro Porro though is going to be the next guy. Pedro Porro is well sought after. Can we? I got a few things. Chelsea want him, and there's a little thing now with Joao Felix and Pedro Porro and personal matters, girlfriend, stuff like that in Qatar doing a madness. Apparently they're good friends. All that kind of stuff. And then you got Tottenham who, he's a transfer priority. They need a wing back. They need him now. They need more than just that. 40 million or nothing is what has been quoted from the the Sporting Lisbon hierarchy. And on top of that, does Manchester City go back in for him? That's another part. Now, this guy is apparently having a wonder of a season. And I know a Sporting Lisbon fan, right? A very good friend of mine. Him and his dad, or he's Portuguese, obviously. Him and his dad watched them pretty much week in, week out. And they say this guy is immense. Like, he's different grade. He's got everything you want in literally a wing back or a right back even. Do you know anything about him?
I don't. I just looked up the stats. It looks like he already has 5 assists in the season from the right back position. Sporting Lisbon play 4 in the back. I think Spurs are looking to sign him. I think if they sign him, it's a good signing. He's going to revive that right side because Doherty and Emerson Chicken Royale is not great.
Bad.
And
they're bad.
They're terrible.
They're actually that bad.
And I stopped talking about Spurs because I can't back Conte anymore. This is absolutely atrocious.
Wait. Who's going to clip that up? Who's going to clip that up in the comments?
It's atrocious football. And I know they won 4-0 against Palace, but only second half. But anyway, long story short, if we're talking about Harry Kane leaving to go to Man United, what's the future of Spurs? However, did you see the last reports about Qatar investment, something?
Apparently it's a minority investment, not a takeover.
It's an investment. I think they're going to buy a share with about 20% of the club, but that means influx of money. Do you know what is going to happen? Like 20%, if they sell 20% and the valuation of the club is about £2 billion, that means 400 million cash are going to be going into the club. That means 400, it's influx of cash. That means they can spend the money. And Antonio Conte, if you give the guy money, he will win. It's like Juventus, Inter, Chelsea, he won, right? So he's going to win. The problem with him is that the team is so bad. Even their top top player, Harry Kane. We're talking about him leaving in the summer. It's how bad the club is being run. Right? So, anyway, but Porro, going to Porro. Who else is in for him?
Chelsea.
Man City are not on the table.
But they have a buyback on him.
Yeah, but they're not on the table for him.
No.
I tried to find news today that they are linked to them, but they're not. They're happy with Rico Lewis for now, as Daps loves him. And I watched the guy, proper right back that suits Pep's system. And Kyle Walker is there. So why do you need a right back? And Cancelo can be shifted to right if they get a proper left back. So I don't think Man City will go for him. I think it's going to be only Tottenham, right? Is anybody else on him?
No, other than Chelsea, who are remotely interested in everybody.
Chelsea as well, yeah.
Well, Chelsea, I don't get the Chelsea stuff. Like, the way it is with Chelsea, look, you be interested in someone, you like him, cool. He's also going to be on Chelsea's radar. That's just the way it goes in that Chelsea, the whole part. And then, obviously, with everything else that goes on it. JS says Man City should sell Haaland and buy Richarlison. D1 said there's no way Harry Kane will go Man United. D1, you just so in denial as a fan. You're stuck in your Man City like world. It's that it's not like there's no way he wouldn't go to Man United. You in your personal feelings, you don't want him to go to Manchester United. That's the difference, D1. You can't actually talk ball, bro. Like, let me tell you that for a pure fact, right? Big up New Balance as well. Why wouldn't Harry Kane go to Man United? Why? We've got much more history than them. We've got much more success than them. And he would have much more of a chance to win a trophy with us being the main nine than he would at Tottenham. Because who else is going? He's got 1 year left on his deal. They have to sell him. The Manchester City thing's done. He's gone. Bayern Munich, will they come in for him? We don't know, man. They don't really buy a lot of English players as it is.
He's not going to leave England. He's not going to leave England.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might not leave England. That means there's only one place for him to go. And that's either Chelsea or Man United. And is Levy going to give that to Chelsea? I don't think so.
I think it goes Man United next season.
I think he might end up at Man United as well. Like,
how much do you think you'll pay for him in the summer?
He's going to be 30 in the summer. So
1 year left.
1 year left. Mane went for 40 million to Bayern Munich. So I'm going to guess Levy, English tax,
50.
No, not more than that. Probably about, I'm going to say 60, 70 million.
Pounds.
And I'll pay it.
Listen, you're guaranteed 15 plus goals a season.
In the league alone.
How long is the contract, do you think?
Nah, it would
4 or 5 years.
Surely it's got to be a 4-year contract.
Guys, Pablo, I see your comment. He is not leaving England. He is not gonna let that record go. He is gonna keep hunting Alan Shearer's record.
Yeah, maybe.
How far is he?
I don't know, man. He's not that far off. How many?
Exactly.
He's still got a good few seasons himself. It just depends. He's been injury free this season, which is his best season, not getting injured. So he's doing all right in some departments, in my opinion. So yeah, he's doing all right. JS says Harry Kane wants Arsenal and Nketiah isn't good enough. Wow.
What? Harry Kane with Arsenal?
Why would he go? And then Pablo said, why would he go to Newcastle when they just bought Isak? Yeah, I can't see him going to Newcastle. That's like, I get it. You're going to a new project, but you won't have enough time to jump onto a new project. Not in his career, anyways. But yeah, back to Pedro Porro. If I'm gonna give it a rating, I think Tottenham end up paying the money.
They aren't.
No, I think they are. I think they will. I think they end up paying off the money.
I think they are. Yeah.
I
think 30 million, huh? 30 million pounds.
And
that's the release clause.
Yeah, and they can only get better from that. But that doesn't solve Tottenham's problems. They got so many other problems. Even that left wing back situation, they still need.
They need a goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, centre back. They need a centre mid in creation wise, and then they need something going forward because Son's not even hitting form or he's not doing anything. Like he's just Son is purple patch warriors just at it. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, man, Son's good. He's a very good player, but
18 games. That's not a patch.
That's
a bad form. That's not a bad patch. That's a bad form, bro.
Yeah,
18 games.
It is quite bad. I'm kind of glad I'm going to get onto this part because I've said it time and time after again, right? Mudryk. Do you know anything about Mudryk?
I have no idea. I just watched him in
another player
Champions League.
So cool. Another player, yeah, who's rumored to go to Arsenal, right? And it's bait that he really wants to go there. Chelsea are also in for him. They met with Cerner on the Man City game last week, and there were talks about it. But clearly, the player wants to go to Arsenal, right? And that's fine. Yeah. He's not even going to start at Arsenal. That's another part. and he's going to cost them a bomb. They put in a 55 million pound package, got rejected. Put in just under 70 million pound package, got rejected. The Shakhtar, anyone that knows about Shakhtar is that they are absolutely awful to deal with. They will rinse you for as much money as possible. They say they don't need the money, right? And if they do, they're gonna have to sell him because what the Shakhtar president did say, or director of football said, he's better than Anthony, right? They value him over Anthony, so he's better than Anthony. So they said, if you're gonna prize him away from Shakhtar, is that you're gonna have to pay over that. He's gonna cost a little bit more than Anthony, but less than Jack Grealish, around there. And they've been quoted for 100 million euros. Troops even said yesterday, paid 88 million pounds. I said 2 weeks ago, roughly, they're going to cost him 88 million pounds. I got some sort of information here and there about certain things, and I got hounded by Arsenal fans saying, no, but it's this. What you mean is that you have to pay this. Look, I told you it's 88 million, and no one wanted to respect me. Now respect me. I want respect. Yeah, like 4 likes away from 100, so make sure you respect that and get that up. Mudryk, right? 88 million for a player that's going to be on the bench or got potential. Clearly, Arteta wants him and he don't care, right? I don't know why Arsenal would go for a player like this. Clearly, Chelsea are happy to pay some sort of money and a lot of money and waiting for it to collapse because it might do, right? But I don't think he goes for 88 million. I think they end up settling for around 75 to 80. And again, it's still a lot of money for a guy that's in the Ukrainian league, right?
Played 23 games.
23
over
games.
The past 2 years. I'm sorry, yes, apart from Champions League, which is 6 games in the group stage. And
well,
then
look,
they go
Pablo's saying it now. Look, 50 senior appearances for 80 million.
50 what?
No, even says Pablo's saying 88 million plus for a player that's barely played 40 senior games. Look, that's a lot of money. The guy's worth about 50 million pounds.
Max.
You're
actually.
You know what the man is thinking? He's 20.
You're gambling with 50 million.
He's not 18 or 19.
Anthony played for Brazil. Anthony played for Ajax. So it's different.
Yeah, like
Jack Grealish was the leader of Villa, got them from the Championship to the Premier League, captained the team, kept him in the Premier League, was one of the best players probably in Villa's history. Probably. I don't know a lot about their history. But this guy, Mudryk, are we comparing this guy to Anthony, who plays for the Brazilian national team? Are we comparing this guy to Jack Grealish?
You got to remember, Mudryk, right? He's just turned 22 years old. He's exactly the same age as Anthony. Anthony's not worth 85 million pounds. 60 million is Anthony's actual worth in my eyes, right? And I'm not excusing that. I'm not actually getting onto Mudryk saying that he's a bad player. And I'm not saying that any deal that Man United's ever made has been bad. Because they have been. Maguire, 80 million, bad. Pogba for that amount of money at that time, bad. Do you get what I mean? There's a lot of bad deals. We can go to a lot of deals. 100 million for Jack Grealish, not worth it, bruv. Like, do you get what I mean? There's loads of different aspects. 80 million for Nunes, not good. But we always overpay. But these players had something behind them. Nunes scored 30 goals. Like, Anthony was in Champions League, Brazil, there. You know, Grealish was the captain of Aston Villa. He's English. There's English tax with it. Makes sense, right? So I'm just saying, it's just, the guy's 22 and you're paying 80 million and you don't know what you're going to get.
They're using Arsenal. They are using them.
Arsenal clearly had the money, but if you're going to be paying that amount of money, you might as well, for me, personally, you might as well go out there and go get a couple players that you can grab. Go get Zaha or something like that. Go get somebody else.
Go fucking get Moukoko.
Go get Moukoko. I don't know. It's just that I'm not getting onto Arsenal. It's just I'm kind of confused. And they're still in for the player. I've seen reports today that guys who are watching this, that, you know, that they're still in for this, man. Arteta really wants this man. And to be fair, Arteta's rarely got a signing wrong. So clearly the scouts at Arsenal are doing something right. But
maybe. Listen, does he really know? Does he really know if this player... Look at this. I'm sorry, Cass. I'm going to keep saying this. And this is what Daps doesn't like when I talk about Grealish. You do not pay more than 60, 70 million pounds for a bench player. You don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
This is... Even if you have the money... even if you have the money, unless they are putting 88 million pounds as a gamble, can Arsenal really gamble with 88 million pounds? Is their squad... Okay, listen, when Man City did Phillips or Grealish, their squad was already deep. They were winning the league. You know what I mean? They were reaching Champions League finals. They were reaching semi-finals, right? They were winning cups. You know what I mean? You can gamble with the money knowing that your squad is good enough. Arsenal, their squad is thin. Apart from the starting 11, Their squad is very thin.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're gonna spend the 88 million, spend it wisely.
I just don't know. I
Gamble
just
with
don't know.
it. They're gambling with it.
Look, Anthony's turning 23, and this the only way I'm making this comparison is because of similar fees, right? Mudryk's just turned 22. Anthony is very one-footed. Mudryk isn't. Mudryk can go right or left. I think he might offer more to the game than what Anthony can. But for that, I just think Arsenal will go with, if you want to be serious, contenders, why are you going to put that much to be on the bench? He's not a striker. Martinelli and Saka are absolutely insane this season. Insane. And I know Saka's had 3 penalty goals, but it's what he's doing. You know, he's beating players. You know, he's causing havoc. He's causing absolute, you know, he's just killing it right now. He's not going to start over none of them. So why would I want that for rotation? And then we got the other part. It's the same situation with Man United. You got Sancho's 70 million, then you got Anthony who's 80 million. Why are you going to have 70 million on the bench? You know, over 80 million. Because them two are clearly going to fight out for each other. They're not going to both start at the same time because then you're lacking absolute pace. You're lacking, you know, explosiveness.
Did you watch this play? I'm sorry. Did you watch this play before? Or you watched some
I've
videos
seen him a couple. I've only seen. I can't lie. I've only seen him a couple
What's
times.
What's his profile? Is he Saka or is he Martinelli?
He reminds me.
What's his
bit,
style?
So for me, if we want to put it out of them two only, I would say Martinelli. I would say
he's quick dribbler.
He's explosive. He can take on a man. I don't always like in tight spaces. And the last part for me with Mudryk is that what's it called? He's very direct. He actually, for me, reminds me of Kvaratskhelia. And that's dangerous. Because you know what? If they do play, all I'm saying is it's a big risk for Arsenal. And there's nothing else you need to do. I want to see what guys are saying in the comments. Make sure you're smashing the like button, guys, as well.
We got 170 people watching.
Yeah, get some. If you got any questions, get your questions in as well. I wouldn't mind answering a couple of those. Wow, this chat's going too off. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Telwood, what's Telwood saying? Oh, nice to see you as well. So New Balance. I'm gonna start here. Promising player, looks lively, dynamite, but the way they talk about him is high such confidence is the best. The price, not his fault. It's not his fault, but it comes with obviously there's pressure. But the way they act like he would definitely justify his price tag. Arsenal fans going on like they've watched every single game about him. Every single 22 games. You are not watching the Ukrainian league, my guys, shall I say. But you're going to back the targets. It's like Gakpo, bro. It's like Liverpool fans when they try to tell me that Gakpo, that you've been watching him mad. You watched a few cameos of him and watched the World Cup. He is 23 and 30 league games. I don't know who had saying there. Pablo said, no matter how much we laugh at Anthony, at least we know he's experienced somewhat. Well, yeah, he's got 5 goals and 11 starts for Man United. Did you know that, Mo? No, I didn't even realize that. Paul Tierney is saying, as a United fan, Mudryk is an exceptional talent. Sadly, I hope Arsenal game is that good. So somebody is actually liking him. Let me actually pop up the comments as well. Grealish will prove you all wrong. Just wait. No, Jack Grealish is a fantastic player.
Hey, we have been waiting.
No. I'm not gonna start talking about Jack Grealish like it's got nothing to do with him.
He's not.
What I'm saying is Jack Grealish is a very good player, but he's not a £100 million player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, and he's playing actually very, very good for City at the moment.
Yes.
You know,
60. You know what? If he was 60 million, I would have sat here and said, "Oh my God,
English
it was an absolutely brilliant signing." You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's all I've got to say. I'm just talking about players that were not worth the money. That are good players, but just not worth that money. New Balance say Ukrainian Pepe, or will he be the next Henry? Only time will tell. Definitely not Henry. Ed said Edu saw United drop the ball with Anthony in June and end up paying double in August and said, "Oh, I have some of that." Jay says, you guys don't understand. Arsenal can't pay fair market price for Mudryk because if they do, Shakhtar rejects their bid and Arsenal loses their title. Next season, Newcastle United and Chelsea will challenge. I also agree with that. In terms of challenge, we don't know because the players coming in, will they adapt or will they not adapt? I think Arsenal have got something very good going on. I said yesterday, look, within the next 10 years, that's way too excessive. In the next 5 years, Arsenal got something great. They got a young team. I think they averaged the youngest team in the Premier League, right? But they're playing high intensity football, and include that in a Champions League, it's going to take a toll because maybe they're not used to it. But I say this is their best chance in the next 5 years to probably win a league. Their best chance. Because I think teams will only just get better and better, and it'll just get a lot harder. I can be wrong. I probably will be wrong. Graphic is similar to Goldbridge. A little bit. I took some inspiration from it, but I put my own feel in it. So, yeah, man, I put my own thing on it. Saka ain't going nowhere. And of course he's not. He's signed a new contract. You guys just don't know it. Kears and Casey tried to tell us yesterday he won't be a rotation player. Let me tell you something, Mo, about Casey, yeah? About this, about Joao Felix quickly. Joao Felix, let me ask you a question quick. So yesterday I got into a spat with Casey on Big Six Bands. Big up Big Six Bands. As usual, me and Casey go off. Joao Felix, it was said by David Ornstein, yeah? Casey tried to say they didn't offer anything for Joao Felix. I said, yeah, he rejected us and he rejected you. And he said, how did he reject us? Tell us the offer. I said, not all offers are known, but there was something on the table. Because in David Ornstein's words, he said he had choices. He had the choices and he chose Chelsea because he was convinced by the project and so forth. He's getting exactly the same wage wherever he goes. It doesn't matter, right? It's all up to the clubs how they structure his wage, who pays what. Now, let me ask you, Mo. If you've got a choice, does that not mean you've got an offer on the table?
Absolutely.
So
that means someone went to your agent and said, listen, we're interested in you. We're starting to talk to the club. Would you like to join us? And he said,
exactly.
No.
So exactly. So on that part, they just can't take rejection. Now, I'm at this part where I've been saying I don't want Man City to win the league. I don't want them to win a three-peat of leagues because I just don't think I want. Obviously, it's just like I look at them now as my direct rivals. Of course, like when you talk about history, Liverpool, Man City are the direct rivals of Man United. Chelsea's are Fulham and QPR. There's just levels to this, right? I grew up in the Arsenal thing. Now it's just them little moments that now make me want Man City just to win a league because I cannot bear their effing fans, bro. I really, really can't. I just can't stand them. I just can't imagine what they'll be like when they win the league. And they'll be like they've been talking about Invincibles for the last how long? Like it's the only thing that they can reference. It's just I can't take it. Like honestly, it's just so annoying. It's like, bro, you wasn't even the first team to do the Invincibles. Preston North End when they won the league. Invincibles, bro. They just don't want to lie. Anyways, it's not the point. I'm going off topic.
You wanted to talk about Felix, and it's as simple as Felix has options, and it's not that he rejected United. I think nobody offered the right money. Listen, they want to, like, Felix, nobody offered the right amount of money for them to loan. Because you know that Chelsea are going to pay the whole salary, and about like how much? 11 million?
I think it's, euros, 11 million euros, yeah.
So 11 million is about like 9 million pounds plus his wage, which is 12 million euros.
Yeah.
That's a hefty fine for a 6-month salary, so it's half a year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He better be a success.
Yeah, I think so as well. But on top of that, last but not least, I don't have his picture up or whatever. Don't really matter. But Moukoko, Newcastle, you said you saw something for 30 million. Newcastle looking to get another forward in. Why are they looking to get another forward in? They've got Callum Wilson and Isak. Is another one injured again?
No, but they want to have it's something for the future. So here's the problem. Youssef Moukoko, his contract runs out in the summer. Barcelona went for him, offered him a hefty salary, and he said might finalize the deal. But Newcastle went and offered him £9 million salary a year, plus 30 million for Dortmund, and Dortmund is saying it's too high to reject because they're going to lose him on free in the summer. So they might just accept the offer. Newcastle, and this is a smart deal for Newcastle. Imagine, okay, listen, he's going to replace Jacob Murphy, which is, I think, the guy that it shouldn't be a Newcastle player. If Newcastle are serious, him and Longstaff should be moved. Youssef Moukoko are going to come in. Him, Alan Saint-Maximin, Almiron, Isaac, Joao Linton, and Callum Wilson. That's a very good forward line, right? They're not thinking about this season, Newcastle. Newcastle are thinking about the future, and that's what's going to happen. Newcastle are coming for everybody. Newcastle are coming for Spurs. They're going to kick them out of the top 6 because Chelsea are going to come back. We know that. They're going to spend the money. They're going to come back. But Newcastle, they're coming for everybody. I don't think they're going to be in a title race this year, but I think they will get top 4. And this Youssef Moukoko deal, he is very, very good. He averaged about an assist or a goal, one GA per 90 minutes for an 18 years old. This is absolutely something
Is that now though?
that's now this year. He
Let's see that.
played 760 minutes and he had 6 goals and 4 assists. So yes,
Oh wow, I'm gonna go look at his stats right now.
he's
I'm
18
literally
years
I
old.
thought I looked at his statistics, but clearly I haven't. So I'm literally gonna find his current. So let me see if you're telling the truth there, Mo. So this season alone,
14 games,
14 games,
700
six goals and 4 assists. Hey, what you
in
telling?
760
It's
minutes. He is
766
not
minutes.
even starting any game.
Well, he's played 6 games in the Champions League, and he's also played 2 in the German Cup as well.
But it's
He's got
Champions
an
League is
assist in
different.
both of them. Both of them, yeah, it is a bit different. But in the league alone, yeah, wow, 766 minutes. That's decent. 18 years old
For
as
an
well.
18 years old man.
But why is nobody else going in for this talent? It's a bit weird. If he's
Because
good,
because his contract runs out in the summer, and everybody thought that they're gonna get him for free. Nobody wanted to offer the money for him now. They're gonna offer him the big salary in the summer, but now is Newcastle said, "Oh, hold on, here's the 30 million on the table."
Newcastle are building something really, really good, aren't they? But I feel like they need to start. Well, not that I feel, but I wonder if they're gonna even. The rumors of James Maddison just seems to have quieted down. Maybe they're not looking to get Maddison. Said, you know what?
He's injured.
So they're gonna go get him on a free in the summer.
He's injured, James Madison. Who's gonna go and pay money for someone who hasn't even put 10 games in a row yet?
He keeps getting injured. So you're not even gonna get a fee for
no.
Madison. Like, what's the? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I wouldn't do it at the moment. Question for Casamo: do you think Zaha will stay at Palace? It's been before you do it. He's already been confirmed. He's not going nowhere. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He even come out. So basically, a journal come out. Yeah, let me tell you about Zaha quick. A journal yesterday come out talking about Zaha potentially going to Arsenal or something like that. Da, da, da. And then he come out and replied on a quote tweet saying, basically, this guy's talking absolute shit. He's talking absolute shit. Do you get what I mean? So it's just it's like he denied them rumors. D1.
I watched him live.
Quick question. Anyone's got any questions? Yeah, anyone's got any questions? Do ask. Question for Cass. What are your thoughts on language?
Trossard is also an option. RJ is asking in the summer.
Get rid of him.
Definitely leaving.
Yeah, get rid of him. Elanga is just put him on loan. Get rid of him. As I said yesterday on my tweet, that decided to blow up. Pelistri done more than 5 minutes than Elanga done the whole game. That's facts.
Elanga is not.
That's facts. No, I'm sorry, but that's facts, and that's the way it was.
Ed is correcting us and saying Madison's contract ends in 2024.
Does it? Oh, does it next year? Is it another year?
Yeah.
Oh, for
another
real?
year.
Oh, then there you go. But 1 year, you're gonna get him for 30-40 million. So
change pictures, Cass.
No, I can't.
You guys are used to the top-notch stuff that Cass is doing here. Oh, people are taking it for granted, man. The pictures, the designs, and everything.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna round it off as well. We only got like a couple minutes. Another thing on Big Six Mans, another absolute L. Someone said that Alisson isn't as all that, and they said that Nick Pope is a better goalkeeper than Alisson.
I'm gonna play them. This is like the music we play in Egypt when someone tells a joke.
Oh my god! So Nick Pope's apparently better than Alisson. He's not one of the top keepers and never has been one of the best in the world. Only time he's been best in the world is their Champions League winning season. Even though they went all the way to nearly a quadruple last season, and because they've got such a good defense in front of him, he don't have much to do. I'm just saying. Big up, obviously big up. What's it called? United Spurs of America. Jacob. Long time. Make sure you smash the like button, guys, as well. Don't forget to smash that like button. Got quite a few lives coming up as well. Quick, get your last little minute questions in. I've got like a minute, but make sure you quickly like the video if you haven't yet. I appreciate every single one that's in here. 170 people still. He goes by the name of Liz or Elsie now. Even Ethan, we call him Leethan now. What's it called? Alisson is world class, United fan. Yeah, he is. He's the best keeper in the world, regardless of that mistake. He's still every keeper's had a dodgy mistake. Nick Pope is not even better than Pickford yet. These guys. Ethan was big.
Nah, I'm not taking that. Pickford is shit.
Pickford is so tiny as well, like 6'1.5", 6'1". If you want to do that.
Pickford is shit.
AD and D say thanks, guys. Show as always. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I want to quickly, before anyone does go, show tomorrow. Got a massive preview of part 2 of the Manc Derby. By the way, it's gonna be different, not just Big Steve. So this time around, it's gonna obviously be me and Ty again, and maybe I think Mo might be hosting it. So On that notice, we got MCFC
One
lads,
thing, one
Daps,
thing. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Man
Go
City
ahead.
Extra in Jordan. So we got them one coming. So we got to have to deal with a couple more Man City fans.
Guys, go check the NAF watch alongs. I will be up. I'm hoping that it will work. I'll be doing a watch along today for the Southampton Man City. It's a good game. If you're a Man City fan, come watch it. You'll have fun with me. I will be commenting on the game. You'll like it. You'll like it. I promise you, people, you'll like it. Just different watch along than any of the watch alongs you watch on other channels.
100%, 100%. Yeah, anyone that's here, make sure you smash the like button. Thanks for the 125 likes. And I suppose, does that mean we're going to be out now, Mo, isn't it? Right?
Yes, sir.